Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am the Inconsequential Runner, and in this video I'm saying goodbye to a pair of shoes. Those of you that have been subscribed to the channel for a little while, you know when I say goodbye to a pair of shoes, I give it a end of life review and that quick overview and a bit of detail about the shoe, and that way it helps me catalogue all the shoes that I've gone through. And today we are saying goodbye to the version 1, the Nike Zagama. Now, what I did like about this shoe, and I do a lot of trail running, so I got some kilometers into the shoe pretty quickly. It's done just over 600 kilometers. What I did like about this shoe is their first version of trail shoe where they used a lot of the Zoom X foam, so it was softer. And what I found was those 15, 16, 17 kilometer trail runs, my legs were feeling okay at the end. Tired, of course, because of the distance, but not quite so beaten up. So yeah, these shoes did go the distance. Now the Nike Zagama version 2 has a much better outsole on it. I think it's the Vibram that they've used, or at least I know it's something better. The version 1 was pretty slippery. The lugs weren't super deep, but the grip was okay for most trails. If it's, you know, like a dirt trail, maybe a little bit of stone, but as soon as it gets quite gnarly and it's really quite technical when you're talking stones and roots and certainly a bit of moisture, this grip didn't stand up to that. In terms of running, especially for those of you that like to do the road to trail, so being able to run with these shoes on the road as you get to the trail, these shoes definitely ticked the box for that. For me, no dramas. Though I suspect any other road to trail, it really burnt through some of the lugs pretty quickly on the road. Typically with me, I tend to burn through on the left shoe. On the lateral side, I tend to burn through the outsole there, and you can see that it's a little bit more worn down than on the right hand side of the right shoe on the lateral side. But outsole was okay, not super grippy. The midsole, as I've alluded to, nice and soft and spongy, but still stable. Really enjoyed that. The upper, I find it hard to get excited about the upper, but as much as others, because I don't notice hot spots or when an upper is too hot. But yeah, the upper on this was great. They did have that little cuff around to keep dirt and stuff out, and I think that generally worked. But yeah, look, it wasn't a bad shoe. I'm not going to ask the question, would I buy it again? Because at this stage, when I'm doing the end of life for these shoes, they're well and truly done. Like, you know, you've got so many more options of new shoes coming out. But the question I would ask is, did I regret buying them? No, it was a perfect shoe. I've since moved from these to the Trabuco Max, I want to say, in the Asics, and I'm finding that that's doing a better job for me. So I'm going to stay with the Trabuco in the Asics, and I know the version 4 has just come out, so I'll start to I'll gravitate towards that when my current version 2, has got again this sort of 600-700 Ks in it. Okay, let's wrap. What am I going to do with these shoes? Because these shoes still have life left in them, what I've started to do now, I do one of two things with shoes with a lot of life left in them. If they've got a lot of life and they look new-ish, so it's a pair of shoes that I bought and I don't enjoy, then I'll donate them to someone else. But if they've got limited life but still life in them, donating shoes like this probably not the best thing, because they are starting to look secondhand. So what I do is I start to store them in places that I might be going to in future. And where I'm recording this is in my mum's place in Australia, in New South Wales. So what I'm going to do, so I don't have to bring these shoes when I travel, is I'm going to leave them here. So I'm starting to leave shoes, pairs of shoes, around at my mum-in-law's house, my mum's house, and Auckland when I'm up there. So I'm starting to leave the shoes that have about another 200k left in them, so I don't have to travel with them for the purposes of training. There's a lot of great bushwalks and bush runs around here, so I won't have to bring over my trail shoes. Once I'm here, and you'll hear the birds squawking, they're really going for it here in Australia. it means I don't have to travel with the shoes. Now if there's a specific pair of shoes I want to bring for a race, then I'll bring them, but I know what training shoes that I've got whereabouts with a little bit of life with them. Another tip I'll leave you, and it's a final tip, is I like to do park run. So what I'll do is I'll leave these shoes here, and I've got a park run barcode which I'll just leave in the shoes. So anytime I come here, if I need to do a trail run, I don't have to bring my trail shoes. And if I forget my park run barcode, but I want to do the local Woi park run, then I know that I've got a barcode here too, just in case I need it. And that is it. So goodbye to the Nike Zagama. They were really good, fit for purpose. All of the wear by and large was on the outsole. The midsole still feels great, which is why I'm keeping them. And the only other wear on the upper is a little bit here on the cuff. But yeah, they've stood up. They've done really well. I'll be interested for those of you that had the first version of the Nike Zagama Trail, and those of you that actually have the second version, yeah, leave some comments. Let me know how you found the first version, and if you had the second and the first version, what was the difference you know between the two. But for those of you that know my history with Nike, the fact that they've taken away all online sales for those of us in New Zealand, I haven't bought any Nikes for ages, and I won't be replacing these with a pair of Nikes. There'll be a pair of the Asics instead. Okay, take care, enjoy your next run. If this video's been half decent, hit a like, and yeah, if you want to stay around, you know what to do. Hit subscribe. Catch you in the next one. Bye.